Hi, what's up? Welcome back to the King of Diamonds channel, where today we're gonna do something, this is tinsy wincy bit different. You see, something very strange, very odd happened. I got 300 subscribers now. Interesting. So if there's 300 of you, that means that there's potentially 50 of you that actually like watching me talk about my opinions for some reason. But I wanted to do something special for this 300 subscribers special. Special. I'm saying special too much already. Anyways, this is my DVD wall. It goes a little further down than this, but I don't think you can see that in shots. But this is some of it. And I thought I'd take some content from my favorite decade and talk about it in the video, specifically television related stuff. Because I talk about movies all the time, I don't always talk about TV shows. And my favorite decade of filmmaking in general, I'd say the 1960s. It's my favorite decade. Everyone's got a decade they like. And you know, the 1960s is that decade that I really like. And I grew up on a lot of 1960s television, like the Batman 60s show and the Addams Family and all that sort of stuff. So I thought it would be really fun to just talk about some of those shows and yeah, just discuss why I like them. And yeah, anyway, I'll be back in a second. Thought I'd switch it up a little bit. So, I've got a stack of TV shows here from the 60s, all of which I adore with a burning passion. I think they're all fantastic. And reason why I wanted to talk about the 1960s television shows I watch is that's the sort of stuff I mostly liked watching when I was younger, growing up. And out of all the stuff that I've grown up with over my life, in terms of media and film, the stuff that really stuck with me was television from the 60s. I think the reason why is there's something really whimsical and happy about that time in society where everything was just presented so colourful on TV all the time. It's so saturated and, well, I guess materialistic to an extent, but in a kind of charming way. Sure, it probably wasn't that good if you were living around that time. I don't know what it was like. I wasn't there, but my dad says it was pretty hip to be around in the 1960s. Let's start off with the first show. And I think the most well-known out of all of these, potentially, I mean, it's been memed a lot, is the Batman 60s television series with Adam West as Batman. Everyone says this show is super duper cringe. Personally, I think it's intended to be that way because a lot of the scenes in the show just seem so self-aware. I get the vibe that they know it's ridiculous and I like that. So yeah, this show is very special to me. I remember the first time I saw it, I was very young and my dad came home with I think it was a burnt DVD or a pirated DVD with some of season 1 on it, not all of it, just to think about 15 episodes or so. And there was no way to skip the episodes. You had to watch all of them in order. It was strange, but I really liked watching this epic saga of the Batman 60s show. And you only got a certain way through season 1 and you never got to finish it because they didn't have any more of it. And then one day for Christmas, my dad got me the whole box set of all the seasons and I got to binge watch it. And I have been watching it since then. And I've showed people the show before since then and they all really like it because it's a fun show. There's something very innocent about it. Even the movie was pretty fun as well. I do think the television series is better. But that's not to discount the feature film that they made. But there's just something really special about the television series. Show number 2. Now I've talked about this next show before on the channel. The Addams Family. What an amazing little television series. I really love this one. I think that the way that the family is presented in this show is so special. I really love all the casting choices, really. And even though everyone has their favorite version of the Addams Family and their favorite casting choices, I know that Raul Julia is the definitive Gomez in many people's eyes. I guess he is, in my eyes, the definitive Gomez as well. But the older Gomez is so jolly, and I love Morticia in this one as well. Actually, you know what? I think I can't choose. I go back and forth on this all the time, where I think that the movie versions of the characters are better, and sometimes I think that the TV show is better. I will say the one thing that doesn't change is the Lurch in this version of the Addams Family is definitively the best Lurch. Not even a competition. He also has his own episodes. That's what I like about this show. Because it's a television show, you get lots of different characters getting their own episodes centered around them. And I thought that was really sweet. And there's an episode that I love where Lurch becomes a pop star. Classic. Just a wonderful show, and you should watch it. Now, the next show I'll talk about is very similar to this one. The Munsters. Now, I don't have as big of a personal connection with this show. However, I do still think it's good and worth watching, and I have watched some of it. Not as much as the other shows that I'm talking about today, though. And I think the reason why is because it feels like a bit of a cheap copy and paste of the Addams Family. I'm not saying it's a bad show, but I do recall hearing that the Addams Family was made first, and then whoever made this one heard about the Addams Family coming out, and they fought to get their own show made that was taking on the idea of, a quirky monster family. But I don't think it gets the same vibe across that the Addams Family show does. But still a classic nonetheless. You should go watch it if you haven't seen it. Fun little quirky show. Oh, we've already burnt through 3 of them. I think we've got 4 more. Let's go back into the pile. Now this next one is an absolute classic. If you don't know about this show, I don't know how you haven't heard about it, if you haven't, but I imagine you have. Star Trek, the original series. Star Trek, the original series. How could anyone watch this and not just love it? It is so entertaining, and the sets are so colorful and ridiculous. Sometimes it can be a little silly and cringy in a way, but some of the topics that they discuss in the show are fairly mature, to be honest. And I like how they have the little morals that they teach in every episode. There's always like a little lesson to learn, and I think that's really special. And I think it's a great show for younger audiences as well as older audiences to enjoy, because it's just a fun, creative show, and it really is special. I don't think Star Wars would have existed without this. I think that's fair enough to say. And, well, the theme song and opening monologue is iconic. So, can't go wrong with this one. In fact, I think I heard that the guy who plays Captain Kirk in that show actually went to space at one point, because he's Captain Kirk, so why would he not? Oh, do you like my cup, by the way? I got it at the store a few weeks ago. It's very nice. It's got like a Jack and Sally on there, and these little gremlins on the other side. They're pretty cool too. And the plate is just wonderful as well. I'll show you that. It's like the hill that they go on in the movie. I love that movie so much. It's so sweet. And the music's iconic as well. Really good film. Everyone argues about whether or not it's a Christmas movie or a Halloween movie. It's a Christmas movie. It is. It's a Christmas movie. But, I guess everyone's got their theory, so I'm sure many people disagree. The next show, I Dream of Jeannie. What can I say about this show other than it's just really wholesome? And I love the theme song. That's the thing about 60s television shows. All of these shows have great theme songs or intros to the shows. They're all iconic. They're little songs that they have, just great. And this one especially is great. I really love the show, and the story of the husband and the wife getting together, the main two, is always really sweet to watch. And it's sad that after they actually got together in the Will They Won't They, you know, the show's ratings dropped off and they had to end the show because the main characters got together. But I think that's sad because I liked actually seeing them, you know, married and stuff. It's just really cute. I haven't watched as much of this show. However, I still have watched a decent amount and I really like it. And I remember seeing some of it when I was younger, but I did watch it more now that I'm older. I've seen more of it. But yeah, another really special one that you should check out as well. We're getting on to the last couple. This next one is strange. It's not the best out of these bunch, but it's still a nice little product of the times. The Beatles 60s cartoon show. None of them are voiced by the actual Beatles, but you know, the Beatles was such a staple of music and especially of 60s culture. So it was only right and fair that they would get their own television series, even if they weren't themselves playing the characters. But this show does a good job of, I guess, just showing off the Beatles' music. They have little mini stories in each episode and they revolve it around the songs in some way a lot of the time. And I think it's really cool. It's not the most, you know, nail-biting thing in the world. It's not as good as something like Star Trek or The Addams Family, but it's definitely, it's got its moments. And I think it's a nice little background thing to put on in the television, especially for younger kids. It's a great one for younger kids, definitely. And you know, it's nice seeing the four characters, you know, the Beatles, John, Paul, George, Ringo, not real John, Paul, George, Ringo, just fake cartoon John, Paul, George, Ringo interacting with each other. It's cute, it's fun, it's a good show. Show your kids if they haven't seen it. Worth checking out. And now we have the final show, and to be honest, even though my favorite out of these is probably the Addams Family show, I think that this is objectively possibly the best one. Either this or Star Trek are objectively, I think, just the best out of this bunch. Get Smart. Great television series. So funny. If I had to choose the funniest television show out of the 1960s that I've seen, I would choose Get Smart every time. The interactions between Maxwell Smart and 99 are just, well, comedy gold. Everything about these two is being together is perfect, and I love their chemistry. Their chemistry carries the whole show. It's what this whole show revolves around, and they're basically these two super spy agents, and Maxwell Smart is not very smart, and Agent 99 is very smart, and they're very in love, and it's just a great show. I love that opening theme song, and when he's walking down the hallway and all the security doors are closing in on him, it's amazing. Yeah, I love 1960s television. But yeah, I'm just gonna say, you know, to close off, I've really enjoyed doing this channel for the past, how long has it been? I think January? I think I started this channel, and now it's October. And yeah, I'm really enjoying my time doing this sort of stuff so far. I like blabbing about movies. I like talking about television series that I love having a space to discuss my opinions on filmmaking in general and show that how much I care about it. And, you know, every single comment that I can think of, or at least the ones that aren't, you know, mean, I respond to. And the reason why is because I like talking to people about this stuff. And if you want to comment, I will reply to you most likely, unless you say like something really awful. I'm not going to say anything to you. But, you know, if you're just asking a question, or if you're just saying you like something, or if you're recommending me something that you want me to watch, do it. I will probably reply to you if I see it. If I don't reply, I either didn't see it or didn't like what you said. But most likely, you know, that I just didn't see it. I'm blabbing so much. I'm so sorry. thank you for getting me to 300, because, you know, obviously it's not, I didn't do that, you did that. You pressed the button, didn't you? So I'm gonna keep doing these videos, and I hope you keep watching, and I hope we can build like I don't need a big community. I like having just people who watch and share opinions and who I can talk to about this stuff. And I think it's really quaint, and I'm just enjoying it. So thank you for 300 subscribers. Yeah. The King of Diamonds channel is a channel, and it does exist, and you can watch it. Anyway, bye!